BTS, BTS, yay. Okay, before I start this video, I'm gonna warn you that most of it is probably gonna be me waiting in line, but yeah, that's the reality of it. Hi guys, so I'm using my new camera. If you haven't realized, the quality is probably much better, right? Yay! But I realized that I kept looking at the viewfinder and not at you guys, so I'm gonna try really hard, but you know, just gotta look at my beautiful sweaty face, you know, JK. Okay, so welcome to my third experience video. Fourth experience video. If you haven't watched the others, go watch them. And this one is for the Love Yourself World Tour in Seoul, and I went on the 26th of August, which is Sunday, which is 2 days ago. And I try to do these videos as soon as possible because I forget a lot of things. So yeah, this time it's not just gonna be me talking, because the previous times I didn't have enough memory on my phone to take videos, but this time I had my camera, so I took videos of everything. And yeah, so I'm just gonna let you guys watch the videos, and then I'm gonna talk about the actual concert, which I couldn't really film that much because, first of all, my camera was dead. That's the real part of this real experience. That's number one real, is that my camera died. The number two real, you'll see, as you will see soon, is that 99% of this concert was me waiting for the goods in line. So I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun, but you know, I got my goods, so I'll be doing not unboxings, but like reveals, or I don't know what you call those because they're not in a box, but yeah, goods haul, also after I talk about the concert and stuff. So yeah, I like this camera. Anyway, enjoy my strenuous trip. I hope you enjoy it. What you trying to say? Yo, the world is a complex. We was looking for love. 나도 그냥 그런 사람들 중 하나였어. 진짜 사랑인지 뭔지 믿지도 않으면서 습관처럼 사랑하고 싶다 찌끄렸던. But I found myself, the whole new myself. 나도 헷갈려 대체 어떤 게 진짜 난지. 널 만나고 내가 책이란 걸 안 걸까? 아니면 네가 내 책장을 넘긴 걸까? 어쨌든 난 내게 최고의 남자를 원해. 아마 당연해 넌 내게 이 세계 그 자체였게. 죽을 거면 꼭 나와 같이 죽겠다던데. 네가 원하는 내가 되기로 gotta swallow myself. So many complex, but I'm looking for love. 가짜 나라도 좋아 네가 안아준다면. 넌 내게 시작이자 결말 자체니까. 네가 날 끝내주라. 내 모든 wonder에 대한 answer. I call you her, cause you're my tear. 내 모든 wonder에 대한 answer. I call you her, cause you're my tear. 어쩌면 나는 너의 진실이자 거.
주실지 몰라 어쩌면 당신의 사랑이죠 증오 어쩌면 나는 너의 원수이자 벗 당신의 천국이자 지역대론 자랑이자 스모 난 절대 가면은 벗지 못해 이 가면 속에 난 네가 아는 그가 되게 오늘도 make up to wake up and dress up to mask on 당신이 사랑하는 내가 되기 위해 당신이 사랑하는 걔가 되기 위해서 그 좋아하던 넌 어찌 그저 당신을 위해서 싫어하는 옷도 과도한 메이크업도 당신의 웃음과 행복이고 내 행복의 척도 이런 내가 당신의 사랑받을 자격이 있을까 언제나 당신의 최고가 되기 위해 노력을 해 이런 모습은 몰랐음에 내 모두 wonder에 대한 answer I call you her Cause you're my dear 내 모두 wonder에 대한 answer I call you her Cause you're my dear Yeah 늘 그랬듯이 마스크 온 환호로 나 반겨주는 her 그대만의 별 아무 일 없이 빛나면서도 가장 빛날 시간에 난 mask off low star 내 짐을 내려놔 어둠을 즐겨주길 듯이 쏴대는 조명도 없으니 그저 맘 가는 대로 감 닿는 대로 나 안 잡는 대로 틱탁 다시 너의 최고가 되기 위해 내 자신을 붙잡아 사랑한 사람은 미치게 해 그래 미친놈을 갖고 가장 나다운 시계 대입을 하고 전부 이 너를 위해 내가 내린 해답을 줘 그걸 사랑해주는 너 그로 인해 노력하는 나네 존재로 새로운 의미를 찾고 빛을 내는 밤 난 알았어 어둠이 끝나도 내게 넌 아침이란 girl You rock me up
Hi guys, so it is the morning of the 25th and I'm here at the Jamshir Olympic Stadium but I'm going to the concert on Sunday but I'm here to line up for the merchandise, the goods. But so it's like 7 a.m. right now and the goods open at 9 but I'm here to line up for tomorrow's goods. So I'm literally here 26 hours in advance because that's what it takes. Apparently people have been lining up for today's goods from yesterday morning. Wow, it's really hot, so I'm sweating, but I don't even know where the line is. I'm just walking and I have my like bag and my like chair kind of thing, but yeah, it's gonna be a long 26 hours, but yeah, I've spotted the line. Wow, no focus. But yeah, it's going all the way around the stadium, so wish me luck.
엄마 스티커랑 건 안 해. 근데 내일 나만 원래 폰으로 저는 뭐 앞에서 폰으로 들여다가지고 이번에는 아이스로 폰으로 가능해? 이거 있어.
26 hours left. 25. So I am learning the fan chant. I watched the video once. I had to because it makes it easier for me to remember the song. So I wonder what happens if I... Oh, okay. Yeah. Some nice person just gave us these little things. Yay! Still in line. as you can see, I'm still in line, but it's a different place at least. And I'm eating a different snack. It's so awkward talking in front of all these people, but yeah. I'm still waiting, but look at this. If it would focus. Love yourself. And there are tiny flags here too. Who's dead? Namjoon. And then Sugar? Somebody? Oh, no more. But this is the location. Look at it, it's huge. You can actually hear them practicing. We just heard Idol. Ho ho. They gave us free water. So nice. Because it's so hot. Yay. So nice. Yay. We're getting closer. So close but so far. This is the truth untold. So, it's getting hotter, but we're not getting any closer. Look at this. And they're rehearsing Singularity now, so I don't know if you can hear it, but But yeah, the line is still long.
지금 새로운 사람들이 물어보고 여기가 입구라니까 여기서 돗자리 깔고 왔는데
And now, since everything is sold out, I'm waiting for the all-nighter line, or I don't know, it's called 밤샘줄, but the security people are not, you know, making sense. So I'm standing in the overnight line right now, and it's pretty long. And look at all the things that are sold out. Wow, I wanted to, yeah, so do you see that? You could have, you know, bought stuff today, but everything is sold out. So yeah, I'll be spending another 10 hours or so. I don't know, more than that. So the sun is setting and the concert's gonna start, and I'm still waiting to be approved to be this 밤샘줄. It's complicated, but if you thought concerts were easy, they are if you don't want any merchandise. But if you want merchandise, BTS concerts are not easy at all. See, the sad thing is that you can hear the entire concert, so it's completely spoiled. Yay, while we're just sitting here. So you can see all the special effects, and you can hear all the fans and hear all the songs. So I'm like, I'm going to put in earphones or something. Anyway, still waiting in line. Nothing has changed, except it's become darker. So nothing has changed. But it's night now. Yay! We're just practicing the fan chants? Yeah. So we're just practicing the fan chants. And they have fireworks, so that's cool. I'm dying. But everyone is dying, so.
여기 찍어서 앉아야죠.
우리 조금만 오른쪽으로 가요.
Three more hours. It's 10 minutes to 9 and they're letting us in. Or we're all getting ready to go. After 26 hours. Yay! Do you see the people who are still lining up like wow? Yay! Time to enjoy the concert. Here's some more of the venue. Love yourself. And there's the express booth for army bombs over there. And then it says official MD and some other stuff. And this is the main stadium.
And the stadium over there is a baseball stadium. And yeah, there's not many people right now because it's really early. Like it's 9, but everyone's standing in the line. And I just finished, ha 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 ha. So, yeah. Hey look, I found some members. Sugar and a folded over gin. And over here, who is this? Jimin and J-Hope! And also, oh, never mind. The seating chart. I'm gonna be all the way up in the 3rd floor, yay! I just noticed, but look at the floor. It's to follow these things to get to your seating area. Fan club event, official MD. Whoa, and that's for the seats. That's so cool. That's so fancy. And look over here. Can't really see because it's against the light, but it's like a big thing with like love yourself. Yeah, okay, I'll take a picture of that later. But here is the ticket box and information and lost and found. Yeah, look, there's like a staircase where people are sitting. And yeah, be right back, gonna take a picture. Look what I found. Ooh, cool. So I'm in Myeongdong to get food, and guess who it is? August D.
Okay, so let's take a look at the goods that I worked so hard to get. Was it worth 26 hours? Yes. I don't know because I'm opening them for the first time. So obviously I got the army bomb. You guys can watch my I was gonna say fake love idol reaction video if you want to see it in action, but I took all the batteries out, so here it is. The strap says army, BTS on one side and army on the other. And then there's photo cards. I'm sure you just look up any army unboxing and you can see the photo cards, but yay. And then, ooh, my first time getting a picket because they only started making group pickets last year and I couldn't get one because I didn't go to the Wings final. But I got a group picket. Look at them, it's so pretty. Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I got photo cards. I will open it. I usually don't like opening it, I guess. I don't know, because like it's just so hard to open. Like I don't know what it is about this type of like stuff, but it just doesn't open. I'm like, I don't want to tear it, but like, can you? I don't know how they like made this. Oh, oh, okay. Yes, I love it. Oh my god, okay, look at Namjoon. Yes, oh, sugar. Oh my gosh, I love it. Gee, oh, look at this tiny little plant. He's so cute. J-Hope. Wow, look at him. He's looking all like mysterious. Ah, Jimin. Oh, he looks so cute. He's like, what? V. Yes. V is like kind of going for that like mature vibe in this. Yo, my gosh, my king, Jungkook. Or not my king, but. Oh, look, it's a group. Tusok, Sop, and I don't know their ship name. Yoonjin. So cute. But yeah, that was it. Oh my god, so cute. Yeah, I'll put this away later. And then Oh shit. Where'd it go? Okay. I got this acrylic badge. It's like random, so you just get it for $5 or so, and you don't know which member comes out. I opened it obviously, but I got Namjoon. Focus please, camera. Yay! Ooh, don't look at my cuticles. And then I got the luggage tag because it has photo cards, which we're gonna look at. And these photo cards, I would say, are pretty rare because you can't get them unless you get the luggage tag. Look, they're so tiny. Why would anyone ever put this in the luggage tag? Like, people would just steal them. Never. I'm gonna keep these safe. Okay, there's Namjoon. Please focus. Namjoon. Oh, Yoongi. Jeans. J-Hope. Oh, Jimmy, so cute. Oh, wow. Okay, oh, Jungkook. Okay, that's cute. That's so cute. Worth it. Definitely worth it. So I don't know if I'll ever use luggage tag. And then I got these badges because they reminded me of the other one, the Love Yourself campaign one, and I'm gonna put them somewhere together. And then I got this ring. It's the ring. So far we have had 3 army bombs, and I have all of them. Shit. Okay, that's not good. Let me just... I need scissors, but I don't have scissors right now. No! Do I have anything sharp? Sharp! How about a pen? Oh, SMH. I should have prepared better. Okay, that didn't even work. Whatever. Okay. I didn't want to ruin it, but whatever. This tape thing is ruined. It's okay. So we had 3 army bombs, 2 mini keyring army bombs, which I also have both. And then we had a dust plug army bomb. So the family has grown now. Look! It's a finger ring army bomb. It's so cute. And I do know you can turn it on. I do not know how, but... Ooh. Ooh. I sense something. Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, look guys! Look, it's so cute! I love it! See, just like it twisted it. It's so cute! I love it! BTS! BTS! Yay! It's so cute! Oh my gosh, this might be my favorite of the family. It's so cute. And then I got the program book, which I'm actually not gonna open now because I want to go through it later. Oh, also, they actually had a Smeraldo booth inside like the venue. It was like kind of hidden, not hidden, but like there was no line and not a lot of people were there. Not a lot of people knew about it like day 1, but day 2 quite a lot of people knew because people posted it on Twitter from day 1. But I saw it on day 1 when I was going to the bathroom. And like I was looking for the bathroom and I just saw it randomly and I was like, what's this? And it said Smeraldo and I was like, oh. It didn't look official, like sponsored by Big Hit or anything, but you never know because... But I got a keychain. It's kind of like squished, but it literally is one of the most beautiful keychains I've ever seen. Like, do you see this? It's so pretty. And the little thing says Smeraldo. You never know, maybe there's like a QR code. Oh, it is BTS official. Ooh. Do you see this? It says in the back. Oh my gosh, thanks. Okay, anyway. It says BTS, Smeraldo keyring, BTS official. Yeah, so this is one of my most prized goods, I guess, now. But, yeah. There were earphones on a really pretty looking bookmark and like a book or something, but I like getting keychains. Where's that keyring? I got a keyring too. Oh my gosh, it's right here. I was like, did I freaking lose it? Okay, it's right here. It's a Namjoon keyring. So since I don't have a bias, it's hard for me to get like goods of a single member. But when they don't have group ones, I usually get Namjoon because he's the leader, and like I like to think of it like that. I like to think that he is like the representative of BTS. So yeah, that's why some of my keychains are Namjoon and some of my other things are Namjoon too, because yep. But I don't have a bias for all those still asking. That's why. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Go, go, go! Okay, so I hope you guys got a better idea of what it's really like to go to a concert in Seoul, a BTS concert. But I guess if you don't have any interest in buying the merchandise, or if you get someone else to buy it for you, then it's probably like super fun. But yeah, the ARMY booth, I didn't get to go because it was like an application, like it wasn't a lottery, but like they posted on the fan cafe, there was like, they were like, anybody who's a 5th term ARMY can apply. And then the service crashed, and then they actually closed the form because I guess they reached their limit. So like a lot of ARMYs, like even Korean ARMYs, could not go to the ARMY booth because, yeah. And I was so pissed because, you know, I am a 5th term ARMY, and the photo card was really pretty and I wanted it, but oh well. 어쩔 수가 없죠. Okay, so let's start the actual concert experience. So before the concert on the 26th, I went to the BTS exhibition 오늘. It was from 4 to 5:30, and the concert started at 6:30, so it was cutting it really close. So I was like running to the train station, and then running, and then I had to get my ticket, and it was just really stressful. And so I didn't really get to see the music videos that they play, but I like heard them from far away while I was running to my seat. And I was on the 3rd floor. 3rd floor, row 25, seat 22. So it was pretty high up there. Yeah, so if you look at this picture, it's pretty high up there, but thanks to that you get, like, I got to see like a full overview of the entire stadium. As you will see from my limited fan cams, the ARMY bombs look the prettiest when you see them from above. So I couldn't really see like the members very clearly, but I got like the full atmosphere experience, so I like that. And yeah, so I kind of missed the first music videos, but I don't think there was Idol, because the last thing I heard was Mic Drop, their Steve Aoki remix, and then they just started the concert. So there was an opening VCR, and of course it's like BTS's beautiful faces like one by one, and everyone's like, whoa, let's go. And yeah, and then it goes like Love Yourself World Tour. And there was like a lot of smoke and stuff, and then like this, you know, I think that's is that the ARMY one? What's BTS then? Yeah, I guess BTS is the door and ARMY is I don't know. But that one, like the one inside the ARMY bomb, there was a huge replica of that on stage, and then that like opened, and there was like a lot of smoke, and then suddenly BTS is standing there, and then it goes like dun, 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 dun. Everyone's like, yes. So yeah, the first song was Idol, and of course like there's a lot of choreo in the music video itself, so it wasn't like, oh my gosh. So I wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like Not Today where no one had even seen the music video and it was like completely new. But this one, I mean, some parts were completely new, but it looked really hard, and like they were, wow, is there something in my nose? They were perfect, like they were so in sync. I think if you look up fan cams, there must be a lot, but you can see how in sync they were. Okay, moving on, otherwise it's gonna be like a super long video. So the next song was I'm Fine, but okay, so you know how I'm Fine starts with the da 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 na na, same as Save Me, so everyone's like, oh yeah, of course, it's I'm Fine, woo. And then it goes like 숨 쉬고 싶어, 이 밤이 싫어, and everyone's like, what? So it was actually Save Me until the end of the chorus, and then it turned into I'm Fine, which was really nice. I was like, oh, Save Me, we got to see Save Me. And I'm Fine is the I'm feeling so fine, fine, fine. That was the Fancam. Nice, and then 외롭지 않은 걸 괜찮아, 괜찮아. So we all say the 괜찮아 part. It was really nice. And the concert stadium, what? The venue stadium was still like light, like it was still day, not day, but like it was still daylight. Yeah, the sun hadn't set yet, so everything was like kind of bright, and there were light effects also, but it was bright, so it was kind of awkward. But yeah, it was, I'm Fine was really good. And after that, Magic Shop, oh my gosh. Okay, so they had their mint. I don't know what you call this in English. Like, people just write mint, but it's like their, what they say, like their comments, or I don't know. They had that, and then RM was like, and now for like some song, Magic Shop. And it's like, it was, oh my gosh. I cried so much because this is like the one song, or one of the songs that like really touches me. So I was like, a lot of other people were crying too, but it was really nice. And I do have a good fan cam for this, so go check out the fan cam section. Not now. Watch me talk for another like 20 minutes, and then go check it out. But it was also still light, so it was like you couldn't really get the full effect of the shining purple of the army bombs, but still, it was really nice. It was really nice. I just love the, I love the I just love that part. I just love it. Okay, well, that was Magic Shop, and it was really nice, and everyone sang along because the fan chant is from the and then it's a whole thing, and then show me, I'll show you, so show me, it was really nice. It was so nice. Even when I was waiting outside for, like, while I was lining up for the goods on Saturday, I could hear the concert that was happening, and I could hear it from outside the stadium. It was amazing. But after that was the first main VCR. And by VCR, I mean like the videos that they show while they change clothes and like try not to die. So the first VCR, I saw a lot of like set list things saying that it was like a general BTS VCR, but it was like all the members were in it, but it was focused on J-Hope and Jungkook, because yeah, well, it was focused on them. Basically, it was I have my notes here, so I keep looking down. Wow, okay, that's just, yep, yeah, I have my notes. But everyone's just playing really happily, and they were like goofing around, and you know, they were all wearing like pastel colors, so it was very like a light, nice, happy atmosphere. And it was there were more shots and frames of Hobi and Jungkook, and yeah, I was like, what's going on? I thought Jungkook and Suga was like the theory pairing, but yeah, they were just doing silly things and like, you know, making silly faces. But then you see why they focused on Hobi and Jungkook, because the next song was Trivia, Just Dance. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, this performance by freaking Jung Ho-seok was just so good. Okay, so basically, first, I mean, there's like smoke and stuff, or I don't know, something opens, and he comes there, and he's like, the song starts, and he's holding a mic. So like, you would expect that there's no choreo, right? Because how do you dance while holding a mic? So he's holding a mic, and he's wearing like all white. And then, like, as the song goes on, like before the chorus, the stage that he's standing on like kind of goes up, and it's like completely white and shining, and he's wearing all white. I think it was like a suit-like thing. I'll put a picture if I can find it. But there's also good fan cams of this, so, or GIFs at least. Go watch them, because oh my god. Okay, so you know how there's this part in the song. Wait. This part. Okay, not now. Oh my god, it was so good. dancing, holding his mic, and you know there's this thing he does in, I think it was either Boy Meets Evil, like the intro, or in his like pop 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 pop, that one, you know, that he teaches Jin. He just dropped on his knees, like from standing, he just dropped on his knees, like while holding a mic in one hand, and I'm like, how are you alive? Like, it was so good. And then the like stage came back down, and then he had backup dancers for the rest of the song, and each chorus was different. I just love the bass drop, or like the chorus part. It was so good. And then for this part before the chorus, okay, yeah, for this, I'm sorry, I just have to play this. Okay, for this part, he just goes like, okay, yeah, not exactly like that because I can't dance, but it was just so, I was like, ah, Jungkook song. It was amazing. But yeah, what else do I have here? Yeah, so he's dancing and singing at the same time. It was so amazing. I was like, how are you? And then Euphoria. So that's why they showed Hobi and Jungkook, because it was their time to shine. And so it was Jungkook, and then he was also wearing all white. So basically it goes dark, and like Hobi's standing in the center of the stage when his song finishes, and it goes dark, and then it goes light again, and it's Jungkook, and they're both wearing white, and it just looks like it looked like Hobi like turned into Jungkook. I don't know, is there some theory, but it was amazing. And he had like a white thing, and then he had like a cape attached to the back, so like when he, it was like a flowy like lace cape kind of thing, so when he like moved, it would like move with him, and it looked like an after image. It was so good. And yeah, and then oh my gosh, he killed the vocals obviously, and I was like, it was such a, and like it was just such a nice, like happy, like Daisy Fields kind of atmosphere. I just really liked it. And oh my gosh, the choreo was so good. It looked as hard as Begin. Like, you know, he has all like, you make me be da, 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 da. It was exactly like that. And you'd think, since Euphoria is like a relatively slow song, like it wouldn't be like that, but the, you know, okay, that's, yeah, you know, the fast part was yeah, it was like that. But it was amazing. I was like, wow, I feel so light and summery. It was great. So yeah, and then after that, like all the members suddenly come on stage, and then where's my water? Oh, suddenly come on stage, and was it? I think it was like a band version or something, but it was like. It was like fall everything, and people like weren't doing the fan chants because I think everyone was just like, what, I need you, and then like slowly started doing the fan chants, and it wasn't the full song, and it wasn't the original. I think it was like a band version or something, but yeah, it was like a lighter version, and it was so nostalgic. But like I think after the first chorus it cut to the no, that's Run. What is it? Tae sings it. I need you, girl, with 겉잎처럼 산산이 부서져가. That's also Run. Oh my gosh, what is I need you, girl, with okay, I need to look this up. I'm sorry. I'm just what. It's because the next song is Run, so I'm like thinking about Run. And no. Oh, my dad is calling me on WhatsApp, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the I need you part, which they cut to after the chorus, was girl, 차라리 헤어져. So the Jin and V, that part. And yeah, it was really nice. But then I think it like turned into Run, and people were like super confused about that too, and we were all like just like, oh, Run. Yeah, it was really fun. But Run it cut to... No. Yeah, this part. Yeah, so it cut to that. So it wasn't the full song for either. And they didn't do the choreo for either. I was kind of like hoping, but they didn't. I just said the same thing twice. I'm clearly still tired from this entire trip. But yeah. So after that was the main VCR, number 2. So here, it started with, it was like a more mellow, like, when you can't remember the word in English, but you know it in Japanese, more calm down, like, setting. And it started with Namjoon. Namjoon is in a cozy looking room. And he's like on the sofa and has like a blanket and he's just like, ooh, and he's like playing with a bunch of wind chime kind of things. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, the shots were super aesthetic. Everyone was like going crazy because it was all like zoomed in and like smiling. And yeah, but he was just like, you know, poignantly just playing with some wind chimes and oranges. He was also playing with oranges. He was just like throwing it up and catching it and stuff. And then there's Jimin. It cuts to Jimin and I was like, Namjoon and Jimin, I wonder what this, and then I realized that it's probably their songs next. But it was Jimin, and Jimin was in the same setting as Serendipity, I don't know how to say the word, but Serendipity. And so basically he was on like the same bed in the room and he had his blanket. I don't think it was yellow this, it was maybe, I don't know. But yeah, he's just like jumping around on the bed. It was so cute. He was just jumping around on the bed and like having fun and you know, and he has, you know, the small yellow balls, like in the music video for Serendipity, he like does that to it, but there were small yellow balls. And then it cuts to Namjoon throwing the orange up, and then Jimin where the yellow ball falls down, so the orange and the small yellow ball were connected. And yes, and then suddenly there's like Jimin is sitting on the bed and there's like a full rain of these yellow balls, and then it cuts to Namjoon, and Namjoon is sitting in the same position as Jimin is in Serendipity with the, you know, he's just sitting on the windowsill with like the cat, and then it pans out and they're like 7 oranges, or not, I didn't count, but there were like a lot of oranges on the floor, and I was like, this is kind of like one of those prologue videos. It was kind of creepy. But after that, what was after that? Wait. Serendipity. I still don't know how to say that word. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was like, okay. It was amazing. And by the way, for all the songs that didn't have fan chants, we still did fan chants. Like for example, for Trivia Just Dance, why we did the why I just, you know, I just want, yeah, I don't know why, I just did it. And yeah, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And the choreo was, it was like a contemporary style choreo because Jimin's good at doing contemporary dance, and it was just very like flowy, and he had like a lot of, it was so good. Like the Serendipity choreo was so good. I'm fairly sure there's a fan cam on YouTube. Just look at it, was so good. Like Jimin is just such a good dancer. Like he's just so good at like the flowy stuff. It was just amazing. And there was one part where I think it was the bridge before like the newly added part, and it was the extended version, so before the newly added part, where he's like standing and then he like does like a full 360 like while standing. It was amazing. If you watch the fan cam, you'll know. But oh, I was like, did you just do that? But it was really good. And he was wearing like a white flowy thing too. And in my opinion, I think this had the best army bomb effects, like the whole thing. I couldn't take a video unfortunately, but it was like undulating waves and like, I don't know, it was just really nice. I was just like, wow. And after that, Trivia Love, Namjoon, I love it. This song is so, is this love? It was just so good. And he was wearing like this striped, like, not cardigan, but like a long striped cardigan, I guess. I'll put a picture down here somewhere. It was so chill and hipster. Oh my gosh. And he didn't have, I don't think he had a choreo, so he didn't have any backup dancers, or he did and only the backup dancers danced. I can't remember, but I feel like I remember it was just him and he was owning the entire stage just by himself. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then for the chorus we did the sarang 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 part for the and then live it love, that part also. It was amazing. I just loved it. It was just so like, I think that was the point where I got really hyped. Until then I was still tired from not sleeping, like from not sleeping at all in 48 hours, but I think at that point I was just like, let's get it. It was really nice. I loved it. And after that, and then at the end, you know, okay, I have my phone on. Usually I film with my phone so I can't play any music, but I'm filming with my camera so I can. Okay, so in the end it goes like, no, this last chorus, so all the other members like walked on the stage and they were like you know, jamming along to the sarang, sarang, sarang. Yeah, I'm still looking at the viewfinder, I'm so sorry. But, oh, my dad's calling again. To be resumed. Okay, I'm back. So, where was I? Okay, so all the members joined RM on stage and finished his song, and then suddenly, yes, DNA. And I think this was also like some kind of like band version. It didn't sound, it could have been like the rocking, I don't think it was a rocking vibe mix because there was no like electric guitar or anything, but it was still different from the original. But oh my gosh, Tae and Jungkook were playing around so much. I was like, are you both good? When was it? I think it was at the 돌아보지 마라 우연이 아니니까, and they all come like one line. And I don't know if Jungkook did something before that, but Tae like pushed his shoulders and was like laughing. And then for the Young Wonnie also, so Jin is the first one, he goes like Young Wonnie, and then he shows a heart but he's like laughing. And then Young Wonnie, Young Wonnie, Young Wonnie. It's like basically they're all laughing. And then Jimin's like, he's like Young Wonnie, 함께니까. It was so cute. And so that was, the highlight was Tae and Jungkook playing. I'm sweating all of a sudden, I don't know why. But after that, where am I? Oh my gosh. I feel like they had either a break or they just like, okay, so basically there was like a main stage and then there's like extended stage which is like closer to the audience. First floor, not me. But they came to the extended stage and then it goes like, ha, what's up? 방탄소년단. And I was like, this is a super old song, like what's going on? But it was really fun. And because I don't think I've ever seen this live. And then so this was like short, it would have been like 1 minute snippets. And then it was so hard to tell when the next song was starting. So everyone was like mildly confused at the beginning of each song. And then we like realized that it was that song and we were like, okay, Fancams, let's go. And then after that it was Attack on Bangtan. What is this? This is called something else. Like, it's the 진경의 방탄소년단처럼 진경의 방 영감하지, that one, yeah. So that was really nice. And then suddenly it goes like fire, and it was fire. And then we're like singing. I think there was When I Wake Up in My Room, and then there was Until the End of the chorus, and then it goes to Jin's All Night Long, na na da 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 da. And then suddenly they all come together, and they do the 333, and I was like, wow, got to see this one more time, 2 more times, I don't know. I think I saw it like a lot of times, but it was amazing. I was like, yes. And after that, it suddenly goes like, they call me Bepsi, and I was like, yes. And oh my gosh, the can you believe the cameraman focused on the lower regions for the one? I was like, bless. And okay, Pepsi was really nice. And then, oh my gosh, Pepsi, and then they start walking back to the main stage. And then suddenly, I'm sorry. Okay, so they start walking back to the main stage, and then suddenly Namjoon turns around, and then he's like, "Osowa, Bangtan and Chaminji." And I was like, yes, Jara. And then they played the full Jara. It was amazing. Actually, I don't think they did the Namjoon's "You Po said it." Na 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 na. Yeah, I don't think they did that. But yeah, they did the everything. And in the end, it was like, and Jimin was like this. It was so cute. And then I think, yes. So then it, oh yeah, okay. For dope, you know how it was dope. I got a feeling. Hobie's part. Sangani also, and then Hobie and Suga were like looking at each other and going like hyping each other up. And okay, what about with the bag and Kaji? They were just like facing each other and doing that. I was like, so yes, it was amazing. And then after that, so apparently this mashup was different for day one. Like there was like Pidam number and like some other stuff. So I was like looking up the set list, because of course my memory is like super bad. And apparently for the first day it was like other stuff like Choyo and like Pidam number maybe. And I was like, wow, okay. A lot of people said day 2 was better. Day 2, yes. But after that, okay, so the stage went dark, and then there was like a small break like thing, like there was nothing on stage. And then suddenly like smoke starts coming in, it's like purple lighting, and then it goes like drin din din drin din din and then we're like, okay, start the fan chants. And it was Airplane Part 2. I was like, yes, I'm so blessed to see this live. And it was amazing. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. It was amazing. And El Mariachi, you know, ooh, that part was amazing. I was like, I've been wanting to see that live forever. And also Kim Namjoon Animarem, it was actually hard to say. But anyway, after that, oh my gosh, is VCR number 3. And this VCR was like really like legit. You know how I said like the first one was really happy and well, and the second one was like a little more subdued. This one was like outright dark. So basically, it's Kim Taehyung v Tae. He's in a dark garden. Like so he's basically looks like what he looks like in Serendipity, which is obviously coming up next. But he's in a dark garden, he's wearing like a suit and like his sparkly earring, and he's just like looking at the flowers, and basically it's just like all kinds of shots of he looked like a god. Like I was, honestly at that moment I was like, 사람이야? Like, is he human? Like, is this possible? That's where CGV comes from. Computer generated visuals, you know, CGV, get it? Yeah. But, oh my gosh, I literally wrote here, visuals were maximum, because it's true. And after that, basically there was like, so the Serendipity Tae was the one which was surrounded in the garden with like flowers, was in the garden surrounded by flowers. And then there was also like a version of Tae that looked really similar to his wings one, you know, when he like turns around and does like the smirk and like he has the scars on his back. There was kind of one like, but the other Tae was kind of, the wings Tae was just like sitting there, not in a garden, it was really white. And so it's all dark, and then he finds that like broken glass thing with the Smeralda flower that comes in the beginning of Fake Love. Like Jin has it at that time, and then Jungkook has it, and like, I don't know. But he finds it, and then he like takes out the Smeralda flower, and then suddenly like the garden starts blooming and everything becomes like light again, and I was like, oh, this is getting like better, like woo, happier. And I mean, he's still in a garden, but basically like the flowers start becoming brighter and stuff. And then he finds like a pretty rose, and then he like goes close to the rose and he's like looking at it, and then let's just say I was like, how can a guy looking at a rose be so damn attractive? But it was. And then he's looking at the rose, and then suddenly he's like, I think he hears something, or like he looks up, and then like the video pans out and he's in a small glass box, like a really small glass box in the middle of the entire garden. And they keep alternating to the wings tay. The wings tay is just like kind of creepily smiling or looking like dark. And the serendipity tay realizes that he's trapped in a glass box that looks oddly like the payphone that he and Namjoon, like, you know, use or are associated with. And I was like, and then to make it worse, the little glass box that he's in starts like frosting over, so like it becomes white and then you can't see Tay anymore. And I was like, excuse me. But anyway, after that, singularity, of course. And let me they had the hand props the same as the music video, and he does it so well. Like I can't stop thinking that, like I keep thinking it's another person's hand. Like he's just so good at acting, like I can't. But he sang it really well. Like I have to say myself, like I've seen him sing Stigma and stuff, and it was like at that level. Like it was so good. It sounded exactly like the studio version, and he had all the props, like the coat hangers from the music video. I don't think the original dancers were there, but there were other dancers doing the choreo with him. And then suddenly, for the latter half of the song, there were 6 people. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 people all dressed in black, having like masks. Okay, 3 people with 2 masks in each hand. So like there were 6 white masks, you know, they like move around in the music video, except you could kind of see the people dressed in black, so it was kind of awkward, but like, you know, you could just see their like eyes. They look like ninjas holding like these white masks, and like they did all the masks move and like become like 6 masks around him and stuff, you know, same as the music video. And then in the end, V takes like one of their masks and like puts it on, and then he like throws it away, and oh my gosh, it was so good. Basically, it was so good. And then okay, I called this before it happened, but like the song ends, and then I see like these 6 other shadows come up, and all 7 of them stand in a straight line, and I'm like, fake love, this is fake love. And then it's like, no, we saw the million. It was amazing. But yeah, it was my first time seeing Fake Love live, so I was like, yes. I especially loved and yes, Jungkook did show us his abs, but he also had like that like band he wears to keep the mic or the earphone thingy in place, so like you couldn't really see it, but we've seen enough of that, so yay. I really like the Jimin's I'm so sick of this fake love, you know, where he goes like all like crazy. It was really good. But yeah, and then oh my gosh, so you know Fake Love ends, and then there's the extended music video version where they're all like in black hood things, and they look like the Illuminati, and they all have like different masks, and then it's the exact same thing, and the thing like drops on them. They showed that on the big screen. I was like, are you gonna give us an answer for this? But then it just ended. I was like, oh, okay. And then after that, another VCR. Guess who's left? Jin and Suga. So Jin and Suga, roommates. That's like the only relation I have. Jin and Suga, basically there are 2 screens, right? So like there's a stage, and then there are 2 screens. And they had Jin on one screen and Suga on the other. Like usually they just have the same thing on both sides, so these people can see, the audience on this side can see, and the audience on that side can see. But they had Jin and Suga, and I was like, which one do I look at? But yeah, I look at both. Basically they were both doing the exact same thing. They were wearing like suits, or like the outfits they wore for, oh by the way, the outfits they wore for the very first like Idol and the few songs after that was like suits, but like embroidered with like gold stuff. I think they were wearing that for the VCR too. But like they were basically walking, and like they weren't doing very much. They were just walking, and there was like all these aesthetic close-up shots of them doing things, and at the end it was like close-up of both of them. They both like went like from here to like, everyone's like going crazy because oh my gosh, visuals. So oh my gosh, after that there's like, so there's like smoke and stuff, obviously, because they need to hide the member that's next, because even though it's obviously Yoongi. But there's like a white bench, and then there's this very sparkly red figure lying on top of it, And then Trivia Seesaw starts, and let me tell you, this song shocked me so much. Like, not only the fact that it was amazing and he killed the vocals, like, I did not know he could sing that well, but he can live. It was amazing. So he was on the white bench, and then, okay, I need to play this for you. He was on the white bench, and this starts, and everyone's like, yes! Okay, so it starts, right? Okay, he's here. For this pre-chorus, he's like rapping, singing, and then he walks over to like the kind of front part, like away from his bench, and then at this point, oh my god, at this point, a bunch of dancers come running in from the sides, and Sugar starts doing this amazing choreo, and everyone's like, where did this come from? Like, do we have a new dance line member? It was amazing. It was really good choreo to it, and I was like, I just didn't expect it, so I was just like, oh, everyone was like, holy shit, and it was really good. And he was like holding the mic and singing while dancing. I was like, yes, yeah. And then for this part, he's standing in the middle and they're like dancing on the side, and then it goes like a seesaw. It's so cool, this part. Like that, you know? It was really good, it was good. And the seesaw was like, da da. It was like kind of like, that was, I don't actually remember the choreo, but it was like that, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I was just so shocked by that. Do you see this? I've literally written down, where is it? Choreo! But he was, yeah, and then he danced with he was wearing like a sparkly red coat and pants, and I was like, you look like a very rich guy, fancy guy, which you are, huh? So, yeah. Oh my gosh, oh my god. And after that, we were all like still in shock, and then this starts. And we're all like, no, I'm not ready for this right now. Epiphany by our very own Kim Seok-jin. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So there was like a longer break after Seesaw, and then like it was very dark, and then it becomes light again, and then there's two pianos on either side of the stage. And on the piano on the left, who is sitting there but Kim Seok-jin? And I'm like, holy shit. Honestly, to be honest, I was expecting him to play like the first few verses, and then Yoongi comes and plays the rest, but that was just my dream, and it didn't happen. But he played the beginning and sang at the same time, and I was like, you're God. This part, he was like, I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah. I think 살고 싶었는데. And then from, I think 그럴수록 내 맘속에 폭풍을, he got up and started walking towards he looks so, by the way, he looks so good. I think this is one of my favorite looks from this entire concert. He was wearing like this dark blue suit embroidered with like delicate flowers everywhere, and his hair was like kind of slicked back. He just looks so good. And I think I read that there was an article that like said that Jin was a face genius. Like people were just like gasping, and they were just like in awe. Just even when he was just standing there and was instrumental, his stage presence is just so amazing. Like I was like, is this real? It was amazing. But he hit all the notes. Oh my gosh, he hit even higher notes than what exists in the actual song. And I was like, you could actually see him try so hard, and I was like, I respect you so much. It was amazing. Yeah. And then after that, oh my gosh, after that, so yeah, he finishes. How does Epiphany end actually? And it just yeah, it just ends, fades out. And then all of a sudden, and then the other members like up here, and I'm like, other members as in vocal line, and I'm like, no, no, I cried for this one too, because I love it. And I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, like, they were kind of out of tune at some parts, but that is only because it was towards the end of the concerts and you could tell their voices were really tired, and it's a very hard song to do live because it's just their voices. There's no backing vocals and there's no like actual music. So some parts were a little bit flat or like a little, you know, shaky, but I still loved it. I love them, and I love everything. And they were wearing like these, Jin was still in his flowery suit, but the other three were wearing like this like kind of mermaidy pearl embroidered, like, I'll put pictures down here, but it was amazing. It was amazing. And at the end, you know how Jimin goes like, I still want you, but I still want you. That part, I don't know whether he was really tired and his voice was hurting or whether he did it on purpose, but it was, and I still want you. It was so like tearful and like so sincere, you know. I was like, oh my gosh, I want you to. Okay, so that was the vocal line song, you know, yeah. And then, okay, we were all just like, okay, that was amazing. And then it was outro. It's not outro anymore. Tear. Freaking tear. Okay, if I had to pick one song that made this concert for me, I would pick Tear right here. Okay, so it starts and then the three of them like come walking out and they're wearing full white. All white. They were wearing all white like hip-hop clothes. Namjoon was wearing the Kang. Okay, can you just wait for a second after that? I'll be back because do you know what I have right here? Do you know? And do you know what? Oh shit. Chips. Do you know what Namjoon was wearing? Do you know? Do you know what he was wearing? This right here. Wow, I look terrible in it, but Kangol hat. I don't think it was the furry version, although he does have the furry version. It was white. And I was like, I have that hat. I have that hat. And he was wearing the hat and like other white clothes. Suga was wearing a white headband. I was like, headband Yoongi is the best Yoongi, right? Actually, all Yoongis are the best Yoongi. And J-Hope was wearing like, I think he had like some stuff hanging, like it was just really cool. I'll put pictures if I can find them, but they were so lit. They just owned the stage. I was like, I'm really sad they didn't play ciphers and stuff, like, but at that moment there was no cipher. It was just Tear. I was like, it made the entire concert. Like, until then, I was like, okay, I'm really impressed. But when this came, I was like, I'm just glad to be alive. I just love it. It was so like to the core, like a raw talent, power. Yes, I love it. And then after that, oh my god, so the finishes, and then the other members come on stage in all white. So basically everyone's all white right now. And J-Hope is like, wait. I forgot the pose, but J-Hope is like, din 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 din. Mic drop. Mic freaking drop that mic. It was so. Have I seen mic drop? I have seen mic drop. Have I? Maybe not. Was this my first time seeing it live? I think it was, but it was so lit. I was just like, this song is like the most overplayed song ever, but I loved it. I was just like, is this true life? Like, it was amazing. That's this one. dun 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 dun. Yeah, okay. I was tired at the ending. Yeah, I was like, yes, dance break. I can't believe I lived to see this in person. It was just so good. And then it goes dark, and then and then it goes dark, and then we're all sitting there and waiting for the encore. And an amazing thing happened when we were waiting for the encore. Actually, we just started singing Dulce. We were like, 괜찮아 하나 둘 셋 하면이죠. I really hope there's a fan cam of this somewhere, because the song wasn't in the set list. It was break. It was completely dark, and like, but like someone started singing, and like the whole stadium was just singing that with no background music. So we just sang one chorus, and then we were all laughing because suddenly burst out into song. And after that, we just kept doing BTS, 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 and then changed to encore, 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 which is encore in Korea, encore, encore. And then we started doing the Fancams, Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin. We kept doing it, and then all of a sudden there's a VCR. They're all cheering, and so VCR 5, yeah, basically, somewhat. And all of them are in like a red/white themed clothing, kind of like the merchandise theme. And they're all just standing and like being happy. And then they trace the Love Yourself like album, you know, like the heart, like the swirly, squiggly heart. And then there's like this shining thing that goes, and then, you know, Jungkook looks at it and then goes to the next frame, and then Namjoon's like playing with it and then goes to the next frame, and then Yoongi like hits it to the next frame, and you know that kind of graphics. And it was amazing. And then encore, they come back on the stage, and then I think they say something, I can't remember. You just can't. You need some time to like grow some more brain cells. So I can't remember. But somebody call me right now. So what was next? And like they posted the fan chants for, like on the fan cafe, they posted the official fan chants for So What and Magic Shop, so I knew So What was coming. And to be completely honest, So What is not my favorite song, because I don't like this electronic stuff, electronic type music, especially the chorus kind of. I like the somebody call me right now, I like that part, but after seeing this live, I gotta say, I love it. It was so good. Was there choreo? I think there was choreo. I can't remember. Shit, I need to look this up. But it was amazing, and it literally made me like the song, so what's better than that? And then after that, waiting for you, it was so cute. And at this point, when they came out for encore, they were all wearing the merchandise, like the wings, not wings, Love Yourself tour t-shirts, like the white version. And Namjoon was wearing like a beret, like the thing that V always wears. V was also wearing it with glasses. And yeah, they were all wearing like different versions of, like, you know how they always do. So yeah, that was the encore outfit. And then now is the time for the ments, the main ending final ments. Let's go in the order that they said it, to the best of my knowledge or memory. So Jimin. So okay, after Ampaman ended, like, and they were giving their final ments, it was obvious that, oh shit, it was obvious that it was gonna end. So all of us were like, oh, you know, like the really unfortunate, like we wanted to end like disappointed sound. We were all like, oh, and then Jimin's like, excuse me, I'm about to give my ment. Oh, he was like, literally we were all like, oh, and he was like, oh? Oh? Like he was like, are you booing my ment? And then we were all like laughing. It was really funny. And after that, he said, he was like, 너무 보고 싶었어요. 너무 보고 싶었어요. Like he really wanted to see us. Like he kept saying it. I was like, kind of like, you know, my cheeks were heating up, and I was like, wow, I feel like this is like, you know, I really feel it. I really feel that you wanted to, you know, perform in front of us. And he said, like throughout the concert, he kept saying like, this is super fun. He was like, 어제보다 더 놀 수 있죠? It was like, we can go harder than yesterday, right? And I was like, do you have something against day one? But day two. So, and we were all like, yes, Dave, you know. And he said that he's been trying to find a moment that he'll remember for 2018, and he said this is the moment that he will remember for 2018, aka Love Yourself Day 2. I was there. And oh my gosh. And then he said day 1 he couldn't concentrate on the concert, like on performing well at all, because he was just amazed at the stadium, and he was like, I just kept standing there like, oh. It was so cute. And I was like, oh. But he said today he was able to like perform well and have fun, you know. So yay! And after that, okay, so you know when the one member finishes, the camera moves on to the next member. So like, you know, Jin's smiling at Jimin's ment, and then the camera moves to him and he's like, and we're all like, of course you. He always pulls a straight face when the camera like pans to him. I love him. And he said that it's magic and that, you know, it's just amazing that, so the weather forecast for that day was 70 to 80% chance of rain, like for sure. But it didn't rain. And he was like, this is magic. Like, you guys made this happen, because the forecast was rain and it didn't rain just because we had our concert. And yeah, he was just like, this is just magic. And of course he said something about the army bombs and how he loves them and how there's magic in them. And I was like, of course, you and army bomb is like the forever OTP. But after that, Suga, of course, he went all sentimental, and he was like, you know, we started from X's and now we're at Junction. We're all like, oh my gosh. It's even in the lyrics for his song, Majimak. And he said, he was like, 하고 싶은 말이 가사로 섞고. So basically he wrote what he wanted to say in the lyrics of I'm Fine, and he basically said his rap part for I'm Fine, and I was like, amazing. And then he said, 앞으로 좋은 날만 있으니까 뭐 같이 즐기자, or something along those lines. So basically he said, there are only happy days ahead, so let's, you know, go together, yay. I was like, of course, yay! Oh my gosh, meaning. And then after that, V, he started off by saying, there were 2 days this summer that I thought that were the hottest days. So the hottest days of summer 2018, today and yesterday. And I was like, aren't you a genius child? So basically the 2 days of the concert, they must have been really hot, because before the ending ments, they just sat down from the fan and they were like, 너무 더워! Like, it was really hot. Like, especially Hobie and V were just like, we're dying. And oh my god, did I just delete my note? No. Recently deleted. Recently deleted. Can you imagine if I had lost it forever? I would have cried. Especially because I'm not done. I'm still not done. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so V was like, yeah, today and yesterday are the hottest days, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then he said, this is actually in the fan cam section where I show the rainbow. Okay, so before, I'm sorry, I totally forgot about the rainbow event, but I think it was before the ending ments where they were like, let's see. He was like, we did the rainbow yesterday, but can we see it again today? And then Jimin was like, you never know, this rainbow, he took a picture with his phone, he was like, this might become my screensaver. And we were all like, oh my gosh. And then they took pictures with like us in the background and stuff, so it was really nice. So it was still rainbow when all the ending ments were going on. And he was like, this is the part that you can hear him speaking in my fan cam that you will watch later after I finish talking. He said that, you know, he had a dream last night that he was like, you want to know my dream? We're all like, yes. And then he was like, I had a dream that I went on a vacation with hundreds and millions and trillions of all you armies. And we're all like, wow, yay, if only it was real. But anyway, he was like really chilled and laid back. Then Jungkook, oh my gosh, this boy will not stop. He was literally like, he was being such a little soft bunny, polite boy. And I was like, oh, you're, and he was was like, he practiced really, he was like, I practiced really hard for this concert, and I maintained my diet, and game do 안 하고, and he was like, I didn't play games. And he was like, but that's not true, I kind of did. He was like, but you know what happens when I make all these promises. But he was like, but I really did try hard. But even though I think there were some things that I'm not fully satisfied in, that were disappointed, and we were all like, oh no, Anya, like full disagreement, because he was perfect, and he was literally, he looked so apologetic, and I was like, you need to stop because you're making us feel bad. He was just like, oh, 미안합니다, like 죄송합니다, I think I could have done better, it was very 아깝다, like unfortunate. And I was like, he was like, oh my god, after that he was like, I don't know when the next concert will be, but 무조건 100% I will show you an infinitely better version of myself. And I was like, how can you get any better? But he was being so apologetic and so polite. And then he was like, thank you, and he did the full 90 degrees bow, and I was like, wow. He's just such a good kid. Like, oh my gosh. And then Hobie was like, Hobie throughout the entire concert kept saying, make some noise, and we're like, yay! And so it was, I think he really likes doing that. And sorry, Jella! And then he like smiles really wide. I was like, you're so cute. And then he was like, he keeps wondering, every time he wonders how BTS made it this far. And then he looks at the stadium, he looks at all of us, and he's like, 여기까지 왔었구나, or 여기까지 왔구나, like, we are indeed here, aren't we? And then he was like, he also tried making a comment about how he's kind of disappointed in his performance, and then we're like, excuse me, can you stop? And then he laughed at us being so angry, and he was like, but there's fun in the disappointing parts, right? And we're all like, what? And but he said this was so cute, like I will never forget this. But he was like, he said he's come to love himself a little more, and he was like, 여러분도 love yourself 하세요. And I was like, it was so cute. Like, he didn't even translate it to Korean. He was like, you guys, love yourselves too. Love yourself 하세요. It was so cute. And then, last but not least, Kim Namjoon, Anima Rem. I mean, Kim Namjoon, who is RM. He was like, he was just standing there. Like, it was his turn, like camera was on him, he was standing there. And the whole crowd went absolutely nuts. Like, we were all cheering for so long that he was just like, can you stop? Like, I need to say my ment. And he was just standing there, and the camera was to him, and then like two members, I think it was like V and Jungkook maybe, came up to him, and one of them was like pinching his cheek, and one of them was poking his dimple, and he was just like, you guys. And then oh my god, that comes the best part. He said he's been wanting to do something, and he saved it until this day to do it. And he was like, 한번 안아보자. Like, let's have a hug, or let's do a hug. Let's hug. Translations don't work. He was like, give me a hug. And then, oh, it was so cute. I think he said member 하나씩, so like one by one. So like they like, this is so funny. So one by one, so Jin went and gave him like a big old hug, Namjoon. And then Jungkook hugged Namjoon, and then Suga is in the corner like cringing, like, because he doesn't want to do it, but he goes and like hugs him anyway. So small and so large. It was so cute. And then he's like, Namjoon's like, no, let's all do like a big group hug. And then they did the iconic group hug. I can't believe I saw the iconic group hug at a non-award ceremony situation. Like, I'm lucky to be alive. Like, wow. And then after that, Jungkook was like standing there, and Jimin goes and like hugs him, and Jungkook was just like, what's happening? And so they all like hug each other, and then the 95 line hugged each other, and they were like, yeah, it was so cute. They were all just hugging each other. It was cute. And then Namjoon was like, we never know when we'll come back to this big stadium, so like, you know, let's all hug and like be happy. And then I honestly cannot remember what he said, because I think it was just he was just really thankful, and he was like, I can't believe that we're here. And then in the end he said, why was I so zoned out? I don't know. In the end, if you can find a fan cam, let me know, or like just look at it. It was amazing. In the end, he was like, our concerts and our stages may get bigger, but the distance between us will never change. I was like, I felt that, because I keep thinking that they're becoming so popular, and that, like, you know, maybe it's easier to support like less popular groups, or like, you know, sometimes, you know, you have those thoughts, but this, I was like, I'll never stop loving you guys. But yeah, after that, it was like, it's our last song, Answer. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so, okay, honestly, to be completely 100% honest, I wanted them to do Bomnar because it's my favorite song, but they didn't. But it's okay because I've seen it. I actually saw pink hair Jimin first Bomnar performance ever. So anyway, so Answer was Army Time, and so we all put up our slogans. Honestly, I do not know what this slogan means, so wait a second while I try to find out the meaning. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so 우리의 oh my gosh. 우리의 은하수로 네 우주를 채울게. So we will fill your universe with our Milky Ways. So cute! And look, it's all university. And at the back it says like instructions like, don't take this out before Army Time. But yeah, it was really nice. And we sang along for Answer, which is the you show me I have reasons I should love myself. It was so nice. And they went around on these like small car-like mobile things and like said hi to like the rest of the fans, aka the first floor. But that's why I like the wings, because they had the balloons for the third floor, and I was like, I can see like straight like eye line to eye line. But yeah, you know. And Tay kept making like yesterday and today jokes. He was like, literally he was like, there are 2 times I felt the happiest, today and yesterday. And I was like, are you good? Like, he kept making it for every situation. I'm like, you're so cute. And at the end, Jimin and Tay have like a high note. Which high note is that? My camera's gonna die. I think it was that one. But they were like, that might have been Jungkook. But basically it was something like that high note, and they were like, they like hit it together, and then they were like, high five! It was so cute. They were like, arm like shoulder, hand around, arm around shoulder, like basically like this, to eat with each other, and they were like singing together, and then after they both killed the high note, they like high five. It was so cute. I was like, beaming. But yeah, that's and then after that, they all came together and bowed and said thank you. And then all the dancers came and they bowed and said thank you. And then it ended. Okay, so can I just... Okay, I would like to talk about the special effects included in this concert. So, there were water jets. So, there were like puffs of water where like the ground floor kind of got wet, so they were all given raincoats. But of course it didn't reach all the way up to the 3rd floor or the 1st or the 2nd. But they had water jets, and then they had fireworks. A lot of fireworks. It was amazing. It was amazing. Like, for example, Ne Sone Tropi Tan. That was a firework, and I was like, wow, you guys must have spent so much money to do this for 2 days. Like, so many fireworks. There was just so many. I'm sure when the DVD thing comes out, you'll be able to see, or Fancams. But yeah, it was amazing. And yeah, so they had fireworks, they had lighting, they had army bomb synchronized lighting, and they had water jets, and I think they had confetti at one point. It was amazing. The special effects were amazing, especially for a stadium so large. It was amazing. But yeah, and with that, it ended, and then they had a making DVD kind of, behind the scenes with Magic Shop in the background. And then at the end, at the end, they had this picture, which I'll just, I don't know why I'm looking for it on my phone, but I'll just put it up here. They had this picture and it said, I'm sorry, wait. I took a picture of this, I know for sure. Special thanks to the biggest love, Army. Oh, so cute, I love it. And yeah, so it ended, and they gave us this little survey cards to, like, you know, surveys, and then if you filled it in, you got like a, oh my gosh, yeah, you got like a, you went to the BTS Seoul concert kind of thing, so that's cute. But yeah, it was amazing, and I'm really happy that I got to go. And you know, yeah, I don't know when I'll see them again, but hopefully soon, because I hope I get into Japan. Please, Japan, please let me go to this concert, please. But yeah, the post-concert depression is real, guys. I feel so empty now. Hug me, hug me. But yeah, enjoy the fan cams, guys. I'm sorry I wasn't able to take any more. As I said, my camera died and my phone doesn't have enough memory for me to take a lot. Also, there were people who actually got thrown out because they were taking stuff, and the security was really scary, and I was sitting right next to the aisle, so I was like, I'm not risking it. So the Magic Shop is a good fan cam though, I have to say so, if I have to say so myself. But yeah, check out the fan cams. Thanks for watching this extreme, I haven't edited yet, but I'm sure it's extremely long. But if you wanted to know the real detailed experience of what it's like to see BTS in Seoul for the Love Yourself concert, this was it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will do my best to reply. I won't reply to repetitive questions because my hands hurt, but yeah, just, you know, ask away, or follow me on Instagram and ask me there, or follow me on Twitter and ask me there. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for liking BTS with me. I like this YouTube channel, and I love all you kuroyas. I hope each and every one of you gets to see BTS live someday. I sincerely hope. So, enjoy the fan cams. I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be a cover. Ha ha ha. But yeah, bye bye. See you later. Yay, love you. 안녕.
몇십만 명인지 몇백만 명인지 모르겠지만